For the first time in decades, Texas is getting a lot of attention in the presidential race. It's hard to say whether the narrowing polls will pan out, but it is, at the very least, has captured the attention of some of the nation's election night experts who will call each state for the candidates. Fox 4's Blake Hansen spoke with a guy who's going to lead the Fox News decision desk. Blake.
Yeah, Heather, Kamala Harris was, of course, in Tarrant County. That is a county that flipped blue in 2018, and it is because of some of these shifting trends that experts are going to have a lot to look at in Texas on election night. You have to look back to Jimmy Carter to find the last Democratic presidential candidate to take Texas. After 1976, Texas turned reliably red.
Yes, I think that it's clear that Texas is a more interesting state in this presidential election than it has been for quite a while.
Behind the scenes of Fox News' election night coverage Tuesday will be Arnon Mishkin. He leads the decision desk team that'll analyze election returns combined with survey data to determine which states go red or blue in the race to 270 electoral votes. He expects Democratic votes could create a blue mirage in Texas early on in the night.
We believe that the more likely in Texas that early vote is going to be mail-in vote and early vote, the early reports, which is going to skew more Biden than the final state results are.
A Real Clear Politics average of polls shows President Trump with little more than a 2-point lead over former Vice President Joe Biden in Texas. The RCP average going into 2016 had Mr. Trump up 12 points. He ultimately won by 9. He also won Tarrant County by 9, but it is the county north of Tarrant that's piqued Michigan's interest.
County that I'm most interested in Texas right now is Denton County, which is suburban Dallas. That has shown a record turnout in the early vote. That is really puzzling. And, you know, one of the findings from 2018 in the terms was how suburban women had sort of become much more Democratic. And so that's the one county that when you look at those numbers, you say, wait a second, what is going on in Texas?
In 2016, Mr. Trump carried Denton County by 20 points. In the tight 2018 Senate race between Ted Cruz and Beto O'Rourke, Cruz led by 8 points. While the results won't be immediate because of how states like Texas, Florida, and Ohio count mail-in votes, we should have a good idea of how they are going on election night. And for Michigan, they have something else in common.
Florida and Ohio, like Texas, are states that Trump must win in order to get to 270.
So while results in Florida, Ohio, and Texas could come quickly, other states like Pennsylvania pose more of a challenge. They don't even start processing mail-in votes until Election Day, with some counties waiting till that night to start. I did talk with Michigan about the importance of Pennsylvania. We're going to have that story Sunday on Fox 4 News.